You're watching this man share one of the most heartbreaking stories I've ever heard. It's a story that will leave you speechless. A few days ago, I went on a retreat with my friends. I told them all about this idea I had, and they said, "Well, whatever you do, don't hold back. Just show us what you got." So this is me trying. I'm 70 years old. I grew up on a farm in Illinois. I loved tractors and hard work. When I was 16, I met a girl named Diane. She was my high school sweetheart. We dated for 2 years before getting married. Soon after, we moved into a little house on a hill. I worked construction and Diane sold insurance. We've saved enough money to buy some land and build our own house. 3 years later, when Michael was born, I remember thinking, this is it. This is happiness. Looking back, I wish I could have told Diane that because she died when Michael was only 15. I wasn't always good with feelings. I was a good provider, but not always a good father. Back when Michael was a boy, he had braces. I took him to the dentist, and when it was done, he cried all the way home. The whole time he kept saying, "It hurts, it hurts." And all I said was, "Stop being a baby, you're not hurt." Now, years later, he would still bring it up. "Dad, you never asked me if I was really hurt or why I was sad. You've just told me to stop being a baby." And he was right. The truth is I wasn't good with feelings. I mean, I loved Diane with all my heart. I just showed it by building her a beautiful house and buying her nice things. As for Michael, I loved him too. I guess I just thought showing tough love would make him strong. But looking back, I was wrong. One day, when Michael was 22, we had a huge fight. "Dad, I feel like I have no voice in this house. I feel like I'm not part of the family. I feel like I'm just an afterthought. You and Mom were a team. But now I'm here, and none of that matters anymore. I just want to be heard. I want to be seen." And I replied, "The only reason you think you're not part of this family is because you're not acting like one. A real man doesn't waste his time with feelings. A real man works hard. You can't keep crying and whining. You need to get tougher." But Dad, no buts. Life isn't fair. Get over it. Those words hurt him bad. He packed a suitcase and left. For 12 years, we didn't speak. Not after my wife passed away. Not even when I landed in the hospital with chest pains. Pride is a funny thing. It makes you feel strong when you're actually just scared. On my 70th birthday, I sat alone in the same house we'd built together. There was cake on the counter from the neighbor, a card from the church. Silence. I looked at the old family photo, the one where Michael is holding a toy dinosaur and I am holding him, and I whispered out loud, "I miss you, son." For the first time, I said it to the empty room, and that's when I decided, if I can turn 70, I can make a phone call. I found his number through his cousin. It rang 4 times. Then I heard his voice, older, but still his. "Hello." I froze. Then I said, "Michael, it's Dad." Silence. And then, "Hi, Dad." That hi cracked me open. I told him I was sorry. Not for just one thing, for everything. For not knowing how to listen. For letting pride sit at our dinner table. He was quiet, then said, "I've waited 12 years to hear that." We talked for 45 minutes that day. We talked again the next week, and the next. Last Thanksgiving, he came over. He brought his wife. He brought my grandson, a boy named Daniel, who looks just like Michael did at 5. We sat around the same old table. And when Daniel asked, "Grandpa, do you know how to build tree houses?" I said, "I used to." Now, every Saturday I teach him. We don't talk much. We hammer, drill, measure. But I learned something important. Love doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be present. I'm telling you this because sometimes regrets are like rocks in our pockets. They weigh us down. We carry them with us wherever we go. We let them hold us back. But life is too short to hold on to regrets. I mean, sure, you can kick the can down the road. You can keep putting off making that phone call, having that conversation. But at some point, you gotta ask yourself, am I really happy with this? Am I proud of this? Look, I was a stubborn man. I had a hard time admitting when I was wrong. I thought I could build a house with my bare hands, but I couldn't build a relationship with my son. Well, I can't build that house anymore, but I can reach out to my son. See, the thing is, you'll never know how much your words might affect someone. I mean, I said those hurtful things to Michael so long ago, but he still remembered them. He still carried them with him. I honestly thought those hard words would make him stronger, but they just made him withdraw. They made him close himself off. They made him feel ashamed. I've been thinking a lot about what Michael said that day when he left. Dad, I feel like I'm not part of the family. I just want to be heard. I want to be seen. Do you know how guilty I felt hearing that? Because he was right. He wasn't wrong. It took me years to realize that what he needed wasn't tough love. It was tender care. What he needed was a listening ear, not a harsh word. He needed to be seen, not silenced. And all those years, I thought I was helping him, but I was hurting him. I thought I was molding him into a strong man, but I was breaking his spirit. I used to think hard work was the only way to show love. But hard work doesn't always say, I love you. Listen, sometimes I love you is a hug. Sometimes it's a kiss on the cheek. Sometimes it's letting your kid cry on your shoulder. Sometimes it's just being there, even if you don't have all the answers. See, for years, I thought I was doing right by him, but I was wrong. I thought I was protecting him, but I was hurting him. I thought I was teaching him, but I was deafening him. I thought I was loving him, but I was silencing him. I've been thinking a lot about the day I called Michael. I was so nervous, but at the same time, I was filled with this sense of calm. You see, when you're holding on to regret, it feels like you're carrying a weight. But when you let go, it's like a weight is lifted. It doesn't bring back what you lost, but it does open up the possibility of finding something new. And look, I know some of you might be thinking, easy for him to say, he's 70. He's got nothing to lose. But it's never too late to try. I mean, you can't rewrite the past, but you can write a new future. You can choose to let go of that rock in your pocket and replace it with a stone that says, try again, because life is too short to hold on to regrets. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Getting Michael back into my life hasn't been easy. He lives an hour away. He's got his own life. His wife is amazing. I mean, she's kind, smart, beautiful, and I'm the old man who makes weird noises when he tries to use the iPad. But you know what? I'm trying to learn about their life. I'm trying to be a part of it. I'm trying to be a better grandpa than I was a father. Look, if there's someone you've been meaning to call, go ahead and give them a call. I promise you, it'll be worth it. If there's someone you've been meaning to apologize to, go ahead and apologize. I promise you, it'll set you free. And if you're still here, listening to me, well, thank you. I am 70 years old and I finally understand that it is never too late to say, I am sorry, I miss you, and I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this modern short film. If you did, please consider subscribing. Also, check out this playlist for other similar videos.